Good morning, morons. Happy Friday. We are here for BMX News Live, where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week in the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, we've got a solid 30 people in the chat to start this one out. It is Friday, and it is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you know what that means. That means first, we're going to do some shout outs to the members in the chat. Josh Shipman. Who else is here? The Kurinsky fam. Pierce Palmer. Let's go. I appreciate you guys tuning in to BMX News Live, where we have a hilarious thumbnail this week. Thanks to Keggy, who always comes through with the hilarious thumbnails. And I'm going to pull it up here in 1 second. Just going to bring something over because I want to make sure I don't forget. And let's take a look at the thumbnail because it's super duper funny. Boom! Look at that. And where this comes from, I should say, look at this. There's a 4130 tattoo and a news tattoo and a shill chain and a I Ride Bikes tattoo and a grill and an earring and glasses. And I guess that's me, huh? With the green bandana, B-Ranting. So where this comes from and the who gets to decide part is my love Jamie Kennedy. Yep, basically Malibu's most wanted, Moraboo's most wanted. It comes from my new edit that came out this past week, and where it comes from with that is that I made my own diss track to put in my edit to my writing. And I made this song from the whole situation that went on with the other AI song that stormed the internet in BMX. And I just thought it would be fun to diss myself before anyone else could. And so I did it. And that's the song that's in my edit. If you haven't watched the edit yet, it will be the first thing linked in the description after the news wraps up today. And I will be talking about, I will have everything that I talked about in the links in the description in the order that it gets talked about. It screams Ohio for sure. It's so funny. Anyways, watch the edit. It's there. I'm really proud of it. I put a lot of work into it over the past few years, and there's a lot of clips in here that I'm very proud of. So if you watch it, leave a comment. I'd appreciate all of that. Now let's move on to something much bigger than any AI music or edit that I could put together, and that is the XGames League draft that happened last night. That I genuinely think has changed action sports from that moment moving forward. And the reason I think that is because of everything that XGames League is going to mean for the people who are a part of it. When they're on, I guess we should probably explain how it all works first. So we're going to jump forward to the frequently asked questions, the FAQ. It is a new professional competition arm of X Games. It's a global team-based league with 2 seasons, summer and winter. So it's skateboard and BMX, and then snowboard and skiing. How it's different from traditional X Games is that, you know, the normal X Games events are standalone events where it's individual-based competition. This is the league format where it's team-based. And so you have the clubs going to the different stops. There's 3 of them, and they compete. And however they place, they compete individually, and how they place gets points for the team. And let's see, certain disciplines will be designated as league competitions where athletes on clubs will compete for points. I thought they had team captains. Now it sounds like it's region based. I think that the clubs are more so regionally named than anything. New York is getting all my money. That's great. So where I think a lot of this is big, and I talked about it when it came out, but franchise-owned clubs. I know there's some people who are going to shudder at hearing franchise-owned clubs. If so, just don't watch, don't listen. It's pretty simple. But we have BMX and skateboarding included. Moto, let's see. It will not be a part. Moto X will not be. Cleveland needs an expansion team, right? When does it start? So it starts in 2026. Where can I watch? How do you join? There's a draft. We already talked about that. I'm trying to just find the details. So that didn't answer very much, to be honest with you. Let's just go through what's on here on the main page for this draft, whatnot. Draft is going down. 150 action sports athletes have opted in. 40 of them were chosen last night. Starts in LA. That's where it was at. And it kicks off in the summer of 2026 at XGames. What's up, Rob Sparkman? 10 athletes per club. Okay, so there's the details we were looking for. So there is a worldwide club champ. I'm trying to find the information that we need here. What does this link you to? Nothing? Okay. Clubs will be regionally repped and globally stacked. Athletes from all over the world can be drafted to an X Games club, and they will be assigned to the club for 2 or 3 years. Each club will draft their 10 athlete roster, snake style, meaning that 4 inaugural X Games clubs will pick 2 eligible athletes per round, 1 man, 1 woman, to fill their 10 athlete roster. And with that, 3 of them had to be BMX riders. So here's how the points work. They will earn points at every stop. The standings are updated in real time. The point system rewards podium finishes, but is set up to create the most competition possible, meaning that from 8th place to 1st place wins points. I heard them say that last night. At the conclusion of each XGL competition, ranking points will be assigned based on either the final placement of the club athlete, if 1 athlete per club is in the discipline, or the single highest placement of the athletes if more than 1 athlete per club is in the discipline. Then there is a championship taking place at the last stop for each summer and winter, and the club with the highest points takes home a whole lot of money. That whole lot of money is $5 million. There's 10 people on a team. They win $5 million, even if they only got 1/5 of that for the team. That's $100,000 per person for that. That's insane. Talk about if they get 2 million, that's $200,000 per person if it got split up into tenths. If the team itself, if they split it up and that 5 million is only for the athletes, that's $500,000. That's insane and massive. And this is where this whole club league format and the effect of it in bringing this to action sports could change action sports forever. If we see this expand and more get involved with it, I would love to get involved with it. If you take it in terms of talking about me, Brant Moore, getting involved with it, I would never be able to be on a team. Not good enough for that, but I would love to be involved in some way. Anyways, if this catches on and grows, it's going to be insane. And so there is a list of all of the athletes who have opted in. There's 34 pages on there. Looks like 12 of each. And if we go back to the page, we can look at who's actually on each team. But here are the events: Sacramento X Games 2026, Japan, and New Orleans. Pretty sweet to see that. What do we have? So there's probably not very many updates that are going to be on here. It's still pretty early. But what's this? So X Games League, there we have the different teams. Start from the start. Sorry. This is for the winter one. Watch, shop, buy tickets. All right, so check this out. Let's go back to the main page and let's see who's on these different teams. 5 mil. How do we start a team? That's it. So the general manager of Club Los Angeles is Charlie. Athlete marketing leader, experiential strategist, proven track record for building athlete first initiatives. Interesting. So this is where it's kind of like Premier League soccer in that there is a general manager and then you have the roster. So then I think you'll have a captain from this roster. But on Club Los Angeles, you have all these skateboarders, then Paris Venegas, Marcus Christopher, and Brady Baker for the BMX riders. And you can see there's quite a few gold medals in this lineup. It's a pretty stacked team for sure. Now we'll check out Sao Paulo with Bob Burnquist as the general manager. Legend in action sports. We have Ryan Williams, Garrett Reynolds, and Queen Sarah Villegas. This one also pretty good, pretty stacked with Guy Curry. Gold medals for Sky Brown. Ryan Williams has a bunch. Garrett Reynolds has the most. And then I don't know who the last person is. It's not updated yet. Team Tokyo, Club Tokyo. Not sure who this lady is. Global Sports Media Communications and Event Operations Leader. This is what we need in action sports in terms of some sort of organization that can take all of these individual people who just want to ride their bikes and compete and train to compete and go out and film videos and whatever they do, and don't necessarily want to be the salesperson as much as you kind of have to be in 2026. This is what we need to make that even more possible, where the organization, being the Club Tokyo, has someone who knows what the hell they're doing and isn't just like a random person who happened to ride bikes and be good and moved up in a company. Then this person can promote, and you have 10 people on the team. We're missing a bunch of people here, but we have the BMX people at least. When you have these people, then you combine everything that they do, their results, I guess you could say, from competing in X Games and outside of that on their social media presence. You combine all of those with the whole entire club roster together, and then now you open up someone who can have much easier connections and justification for trying to work with a larger company to get the people on this team paid. It's like any other sport organization where football players get paid millions of dollars. Soccer people get paid crazy money in Premier League soccer. Baseball, it's all insane money, and it's because of that organization structure that brings more value as a team than as an individual. And if someone doesn't like this aspect of it in BMX, well, then the existence of this by itself makes it even more underground or core if you reject it and do your own thing. If this doesn't exist, well, then you don't have it to like go against and counterculture within the subculture that is BMX. And I think that's sick, and it can all exist, and it should all exist. So with that, Club Tokyo has Kevin Peraza, Rim Nakamura, and I think I saw that the Miharu, it's not here right now, but I think it was Miharu was on Club Tokyo. We can probably investigate that a little bit more. We need to find a Saudi prince who loves BMX. For real, though. That's the kind of stuff. And then, like, there's no reason why these types of things or X Games League couldn't grow into a actual, like, go out and have a competition street riding. Like, it could evolve and be so sick. We just have to be open to it. I think it was Miharu. Let's just double check here real quick. I know I have it in an Instagram story. We have Miharu. Yes. Miharu Ozawa. Team Japan. And let's see. Let's go now to Club New York. We're getting in the way of my brand time. Sorry, man. Club New York, I'm not going to lie, is definitely the most stacked. Last night, I was like, oh yeah, Team LA's got this. And then I looked at Team New York. Steve Rodriguez is the GM, seasoned creative and business leader, entrepreneur, lifelong skateboarder. This is sick. Seeing people like this is sick. People who actually know business and know what they're doing in charge of these kinds of things is only going to elevate things even further. So on this team, Club, Chloe Covell was the first person picked. Nyjah Houston, we got Hannah Roberts, Logan Martin, and Daniel Sandoval. Combined, they have 11 gold medals. This whole team has a combined 26, 31, 32, 33 gold medals. That's insane. He helped save the banks. That's awesome. That's what we want. And if X Games League keeps doing things like this and has smart, business-minded people who come from action sports in there, do a quick Google search and see if any mainstream media X Games League draft news. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. But Hannah Roberts, Logan Martin, Daniel Sandoval, solid. And then this team Club is just stacked. What is down here if we go further? Okay, nothing crazy here. So that is the draft. Those are the BMX people who are on these clubs. Now, like Huck just said in the chat, let's see about news. Sports Business Journal, Forbes. Let's just go Yahoo Sports, PR Newswire. Oh yeah, there's also every single athlete who got drafted last night got like a $2,500 signing bonus just for being picked. That's amazing. And anybody who hates on this, have fun at work on Monday. Have fun at work right now. These people aren't going to have to work because they're getting paid a salary. They're having health insurance, health benefits. Let me just see if I can figure that out, because I was hoping that information would be somewhere. Can you find the salary and health insurance benefit information for X Games League athletes? Dude, I'm telling you, AI is the best thing for searching. We definitely need to hate on this and then complain that BMX is dead. What a perfect example of what I was just talking about. Chris Rees is a genius. He gets it in the terms of these kinds of conversations with comments like that. We need to hate on this and then complain that BMX is dead. That is absolutely a thing. Okay, let's see. Guaranteed compensation and benefits. Can we find 100% of the service fee is paid even if the person is injured during the season? Only except, okay. Performance-based prize money. Traditional X Games prizes are typically 10 to 20,000 for top spots, with team championship bonuses described as a lot of money. They said $5 million last night when I watched. Health insurance stipend. 100% travel and accommodations covered for all league and event stops. Guaranteed invite to compete at every relevant X Games and league stop. 2 or 3 year option for top draft picks. So we just have the fact that it's guaranteed compensation. That's amazing. Hollywood Reporter, streaming rights for Roku. Roku wants the streaming rights. There's that. Draftees 2,500 sign-on bonus. There's so much news media coverage. This is the kind of stuff that individuals in BMX cannot get. Individuals in skateboarding, only the top of the top could do this if they really tried, or they had a PR person or a good manager. But even then, the manager or agent, that's not their job. The job of the agent or manager is to get jobs and sponsorship deals and appearances and things like that. It's the PR person. Maybe the PR person does appearances. Either way, PR person's job is to get news coverage, and I guess appearances would probably fall under that. But this is the kind of stuff that people as individuals can't do. So I think this is sick. Now I need a Garrett Reynolds jersey. That opens up a whole nother avenue that I didn't even think about with this. Now these clubs have the opportunity to sell merchandise with the people's names on it. And yeah, they're gonna make a cut of it. That's the way the world works, fuckheads. And yeah, I just did that. Oh. But it's real. People are gonna bitch about that online. They're like, oh, they're just trying to make money. Yeah, that's the point. So they can pay these people what they're gonna do, and BMX people who are part of this can make real money. That's the point. We all have to make money to live, and if you don't like it, don't participate. The cancel culture that exists within the mindscape of BMX, where, oh, if we don't like it, then it goes away. Like, we shouldn't exist if we don't like it. No, the existence of this is something for you to provide a counterculture for, and you can do whatever you want with, because I can promise you that the people of X Games League don't give a shit about how you feel about it, or whether or not you have a counterculture thing against it. So either way, the merchandise side of this is another avenue for the athletes involved to make real money in life. And that is sick. So let's keep going here. As is the frequently asked questions, I wanted to see the response to some of this stuff. Doesn't look like there's really any response yet. This is from before. Let's see. Round 1 picks for the first people. Looks like general positivity here, and people, this is another aspect of this, and I know I've been talking for 30 minutes about the beginning of this stuff, but this is another aspect of this whole thing, in that it gives people something to follow, like a definitive thing to look forward to. Yeah, X Games and looking forward to it is cool, and you're like, oh yeah, I want this person to win, but now there's stakes. there's something to grab a hold of and be like, man, I really hope blank Brady Baker, I really hope he does well in dirt best trick at all of these stops, because I'm a fan of him and I really want him to contribute to his team and I want this club to do well. And then I can make my fantasy BMX club thing and we can have a group of people in a group chat that follow it and we can all throw $20 in and now we're betting on it. And then you've got the betting aspect of it too, which can make normal people care. And when normal people care, they'll buy the merch, they want to watch X Games League and they want to be there, and it gives them something to follow, because instead of it just being a like unrelatable circus act of tricks, it's like, oh, that unrelatable circus act of tricks, I can see that those points contribute to this team and that this puts these standings. And it would be amazing if this continues further to have the same type of structure as the Premier League in soccer does, where there's lower level leagues below it, and those lower level leagues have clubs and it's the same structure, and they have competitions where whoever places at the top in these leagues, in the lower leagues than Premier, ends up being promoted to the Premier League. Then the teams in the Premier League clubs who do the worst, they get relegated down to the lower levels. And I'm explaining this for anyone who doesn't understand how Premier League football works. And if we had that in action sports, now you have different levels and a pathway where you can go from your local thing. It gives a local structure and organization. USA BMX Freestyle, which is what exists right now, or Nebraska. Okay, so you have the Nebraska BMX Freestyle series. You have people in that, depending upon how well they do, they could be part of, like, you could have clubs involved with this some way, cities, I don't know. Then the people who win that, they go up, and now USA BMX Freestyle becomes another league involved with this. They have different clubs, people, and then you just build it from there. Then from the USA BMX Freestyle, you have the C1 league, which is something that already kind of happens. And then you go from there, and it becomes a pathway to reach the top. And all the while this exists and people participate in it, it becomes a thing for the counterculture, the people who hate it, to go out and they're riding street and they're like, I don't like this. I don't want to participate in it. I hate that it exists. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to ride street. I'm going to do my own thing independently. And it's sick that way. I think this could lead to a complete shift in that vision of where it could go, and give normal people an easier way to follow action sports is amazing. So let's see. I'm not going to spend any more talking about this. It's been quite a while. So you can watch the draft. I already went over the BMX people who were in it. So it's not really, I mean, it's cool to watch it happen live, but now that you know the results, then that's that. But let's get into some more highlights. We have that Tyler Fernango is officially riding for Montecule now, which I think is sick to see. He'd already been kind of repping them in his videos, in some sponsorship like placements in his videos, and now to see him officially riding for them is awesome. And we'll probably see some signature stuff. Moving on from there, a really cool thing that I saw online this week that I think should get some coverage for sure, because it's just a unique thing that I haven't really seen anything like, and maybe we could even see something like this at Rays. But the concept is that there's 5 photographers and 5 BMX riders at Joyride, and they had an hour each, 60 minutes, to shoot and edit 3 photos only using Sigma lenses. No do-overs, no extra time, just creativity. And so with that, we had, these are some of the highlights. But you swipe through and you pick your favorite. Each team had 60 minutes to shoot a trick image, a motion image, and a portrait image. Then team 1, we have no names, and I'm sorry if I'm not remembering. So these are the images team 1 had. They were shot using a 15mm fisheye and an Art 135. For the photography people, it looks like team 2 used only the 16mm 1.4. Gives out Odd Couple vibes. Can't wait to check these out. Yeah, it's kind of just a cool concept. This one has some motion in it, trick, portrait. Then team 3, Supersede Indian Air. There's the motion image. There's a portrait with motion using a couple different Sigma lenses, 17 to 40, 10 to 18. Then we've got team 4 using a 35 1.2, a 15 1.4, and a 24 to 70 2.8. It's got to be team 4, and I'm not being biased here. I know this kid. I know his dad. They're awesome people, but these are genuinely and objectively the better photos in terms of the fact that an off-camera flash was used. The portrait image in a workshop setting, working on a bike with proper lighting, looks like it's coming from a window. Maybe it was. Maybe this is natural lighting, but it looks incredible. Then the riding shot. Timing, not perfect, but it's lit. It's got motion blur in it. Actually, this is the motion shot. I love, you have a frozen subject, frozen by the flash, and then you have a motion blurred background that's a little bit darker, accentuating the box jump and the rider. It's just a good photo, objectively. Then you have the sick turn down transfer. I think no, that's not a turn down. Wow, I'm an idiot. It looks like a turn down the way he's folded up, but I think it's a truck driver, but it's lit from the flash. It's just great looking photo. So this is the team I think is going to win. This one also using a flash, not quite at the same level. There's the motion, there's the portrait. Like, the idea of a portrait is that you want to see the person's face. Like, this is a decent portrait, but he's not frozen enough. There's some motion blur on his face. This one's decent enough. This one's a good portrait photo. I could see this being like a shoe ad. But I think team 4 pulls it all together. So that's the team I think is going to win. And the winner gets $200 towards a Sigma lens. So it's pretty cool. And all you had to do is comment, and it ends today at 5 p.m. Now we get to the videos from this week. And I just remembered that the SCG shoes giveaway was supposed to end today as well. Is today the day the shoe winner? Okay. Sorry about that. Wanted to send that while I remembered. Now we're at the videos from this week, and we have a lot of longer videos this week. We still have 60 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Thank you. Pegless Tom, Kiefer Austin, Josh Shipman, TES, Doug Tunler, Champion Kurt, Todd, I know him, Dionys, Augustin, Alexander Domke boy, Domke, Kevin Jackson, David Van Vley, Kevin Morehouse, James Ovens, the Pirate Duck, who else? Uncle Shiro, Chris Rees is here, Project H&B, Haichi, Jeff Meade in the chat. Thanks, you guys. Kyler Anderson, Kevin Jackson is here. Bad for Life, Brody. Let's go. So videos start with one from Fit called Flow State. Florent. Oh God. Let me just do this. Hold on. We need to unmute my computer. Oh.
Florent Soulas.
Florent Soulas. There we go. Quick video, high quality riding in here. Then we got 22 Crew, Scott Thomas. So many half bars in here. This video is sick for the half bars alone. And I believe this is the next video is the last short-ish video. Let's see. Girls riding type shit from when there were a bunch of lady shredders at Ray's for the weekend. Holy shoosh! We've got a whole bunch more morons in the chat and a massive contribution to the used CRV fund because is no longer I fixed the CRV fund again. I thought I fixed it, but I didn't. 20 gifted members. I'm pretty sure that's $100. Let's go. Everybody in the chat who just got a membership, you are a member for a month. You have access to the Discord group now. If you want to go check the community tab, there's a link, or if you need to message me on Instagram for it, and you can watch videos early whenever I get them posted up for members to be able to watch before everybody else. This is different than the Mug Club. The Mug Club is something else where if you guys wanted to subscribe to that, you get a mug or a t-shirt or one of these cool prints with an artist statement on it from the artist every month. They're two separate things, but I appreciate all of that. Governor Huck has blessed everyone for real. Major thank you to the Kurinsky fam and Huck. And I'm going to, let's see, we gotta change this out to Huck, Kurinsky, and fam. 20 gifted members. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this video is really good. Rosa put it together. And yeah, check it out if you want to see some ladies shredding at Ray's. And now we get to the videos that start to get longer, and there are a bunch of them. First up, Memory Loss Episode 3 from Calvin Kosovich with Ty Morrow. $8. 8 minutes, 14 seconds of a video. So this is from Los Angeles, Tucson, Albuquerque, Sean Sexton, Dakota Roche, Bruno Hoffman. Nice. Sick. Next up, we have Work BMX at Stoke Run and Changa. This is from a couple weekends ago when John Courts and a bunch of the Work BMX dudes were in Ohio riding at Stoke Run and Changa. I stopped at Stoke Run on my way home from Mike's Bike Park for the jam just to hang out and say what's up to John Courts and everybody, and it was a good time. I didn't get there till dark, but we had a nice little mini sesh and then rode inside, and it was a good day. And then they went to Changa on Sunday. Hadn't ridden Changa in quite a while. Went up there and rode with them. They killed it. And yeah, good times. Then we've got Eating Bottle Kids for Breakfast. So it's Braden McFarlane and Kyle Ralston coming to California to hang out, spend some time with the Bottle Kids. Loads of riders, loads of good times, top tier clips. Pretty damn BMX. Hell yeah. Check it out. These videos are only getting longer. That one was almost 9 minutes. This one is 14 minutes. And if you guys need a trails video for the week, getting hungry for some trails because it's getting closer, this is the one. War Party, a trails trip to Newcastle. Hell yeah. Then we've got 9 Acres Nutter, the world's biggest ape. at 9 acres in Pittsburgh, riding some trails and some parks. Don't mind Kurt. He's been on a negative kick lately, and he can't, for some reason, find positivity in his heart anywhere. Then we've got Clute Jam, Ghetto Mania 2026 jam coverage. And this one is getting longer yet, over 16 minutes long. We got the Game of Bike Invitational, Nathan Williams versus Matt Ray. And we have... Who won? Who won this one? Should we spoil it? I mean, it's been a week. If you didn't watch it yet, Matt Ray won. Nathan Williams put up a good fight, but Matt Ray, he's just got it everywhere. He's got street style tricks. He's got big jumping tricks, and he just made it happen. So with that being said, this week should be a new video, and that's where the poll comes from. Matt Ray came to play and played for keeps, right? So they don't have the premiere ready or loaded up for the next one that I guess normally would be in an hour and 15 minutes. But I guessed in the, what am I trying to say? I guessed for the poll in the chat right now from this bracket that Devin Smiley would be versus Courage Adams in this next round. And Kurt, you're in timeout. You need to find some love in your heart and be positive. So with that, who do we think's going to win? It is such a perfect matchup, honestly. That's what it is. They posted on Instagram. Where did it get posted on Instagram, Josh? I couldn't find it. I went to Dennis's Instagram and it wasn't there. But it's such a great matchup, being that Devin Smiley is manual god. Courage Adams is also manual god. And if they imagine in this game, Devin Smiley eliminates nose manuals for Courage Adams, and Courage Adams eliminates manuals for Devin Smiley, what would they do? Because manualing is like both of their strong suits. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible to watch. Josh, can you let me know on Instagram where that happened at? I just want to pull it up. So we have in the chat, we have Devin Smiley leading the poll right now with 52 votes total in. We'll see where that's at the end. I'm probably going to forget. Let's keep going here. We got BSD Woodward Vacation featuring Denham Cox, Reed Stark, Trent Lutsky, and Grant Uby at Woodward, having a blast. Haven't had a chance to watch this one, but you know it's good. And Trent had to have done an incredible job, like he always does, and capturing the behind the scenes of things. And that's 21 minutes, 40 seconds. Send it to you on Insta. Thank you. I will check that now. Let's see. Boom. Ah, they have their own Instagram page. I see. So here we go. Friday's game, cooking up in the editing studio yesterday. Could be the best one yet. Courage Adams versus Devin Smiley coming out today. Joey Cobbs, if you see this, I just want to tell you, export these in ProRes, Proxy, or the one above ProRes Proxy to upload if you have fast internet, because it will make it so that when you watch it in 4K, that it looks like it does in your video editor. Just a tip for like future proofing those videos. You might already be doing it and they probably look great, but I know when it comes to video, you want things to look the best it possibly can. And that's the thing that I found that worked. So let's keep going here. We've got interview type videos for the week. First is an unboxing, and the first part in my brand new bike build series where I unbox the RNC V3 solid titanium cranks. This is a new version of them. Not crazy different. It's a return to 19 mil and 22 mil and solid machined out of titanium arms. They're a little bit thinner, but they have a more solid profile to them, which I'm curious to see how that works, because the triangular pattern had to be very strong, but the wall thickness was a little bit thinner. And so these ones being just 100%, like no triangular, I guess you'd call them like cavities in the backside of the crank. Actually, why am I explaining it when I can show you? Flip them around, dude. Show the back of the crank arm. Where's it at? Hello? There. That's the backside of the crank arm. So it's just got a little bit machined out of it. Other than that, it's kind of just a solid piece of metal. And so with that, let's keep going here. We have, oh yeah, JR. So he says, I thought RNC was done. They were done, but now back. I don't know any details other than Pirate Duck says Ryan wanted a break. And so he's back. They're available. You can go to rnc.com and there's a ton of options there for those cranks. We pull these up. A ton of length options, spindle options, and sizes. So yeah, the next video is also about titanium, and it is a podcast that I did with Roscoe Siebers of Wildlife Bikes, and it was really cool to learn about titanium in depth like this. This guy has made over 1,000 titanium bicycle frames. He's done like gravel road type bikes for the company that he works for. Then he started Wildlife and he's doing his own custom titanium frames. So he has an insane amount of experience and he's using cool technology. You can watch the Wildlife Bikes Inner BMX episode, but it is really cool to hear him talk about a little bit of the history and why titanium wasn't as viable in the early days of titanium in BMX, and now talking about the different aspects of how it's more practical today than it ever has been. And Geoff, I'm gonna have to ask about that, but it was the kind of thing where it's like just learning about this and learning all these things that I don't know from a true expert at it, the best way to learn about something, really. So check this out if you want to hear more and get an in-depth scoop on titanium, its viability within BMX, and how it's becoming more and more viable as well as practical for certain applications as time goes. We talked about being realistic in here as well. We're not just being idealistic and, you know, looking at it with rose-colored glasses. Like he says very clearly, if you're going to be jumping down a massive set of stairs, you probably shouldn't be riding a titanium frame or cranks or whatever it might be for that matter. But for people who are doing appropriate types of riding in terms of lip trick riding, smooth skate park riding, trail riding, things like that, basically anything other than where you're beating the absolute hell out of your bike, titanium could be an option that you could explore. So check it out. Then we've got Tyler Fernengo on the Unclicked podcast, where they talk for an hour and 40 something minutes. Tyler's such a good dude. I love hearing from him, learning from his experience, and seeing how he's learned from his own experience. Just a solid guy. Moving on from there, we go into the events from this week. Titanium barrel adjusters would be sick. Let's see. We're gonna pull up Time BMX app to talk about events. Boom. Time BMX app. You can see, look, we just talked about Montecuel and Tyler Fernango. They have their videos on there. You can post videos. You can put your favorites in there. Kurt says, let me back in. You're back. They have a map with all kinds of skate parks, bike parks. You guys have seen and heard me talk about all this stuff before, but for anybody new, if you want to find skate parks or places to ride or bike shops in your area, this is how you do it. In the US, there's so many, thousands. Then they have the events calendar where we have pump track. Anything on here? Look at that. We finally have some pump track events happening in the world. It had been so long. We have the Austria qualifier for the Pump Track World Championships, the 21st. That would be a week from tomorrow. Then Dirt Jump, we have Swamp Fest, which is this weekend. Then we have Flatland events, nothing in March for the rest of the month. Then we have a bunch of race things right here. Side hack race in California tomorrow. Let's go. European Cup. There's a bunch of race things. If you are a racer, check this out. Then freestyle events. I'm 6 years bike throwing sober as of today. Look at him go. Swamp Fest is going down. The course looks crazy. Looks like they got the rain out of the way yesterday, and it's going to be clear for the rest of the weekend, and warm, hot, really, 70s, high 70s. Hopefully we'll see some fun videos from that. Masters of Dirt Vienna going down this weekend. Oceania BMX Freestyle Championships in Australia this weekend. Yeoman Street Classic, not this weekend, next weekend. Yeoman Street Classics Volume 6, Miami, the 28th. And Lloyd's National BMX Freestyle Series Round 1 in the UK, the weekend of the 28th as well. So that's the Time BMX app and all the events going on through the rest of the month. Now we have the More BMX hashtag. This is where I get to highlight you guys in BMX news, and I don't have to bribe you with a prize or anything like that, but I would love to do that in the future. If anybody wants to sponsor some kind of prize each week for the best More BMX thing, that'd be dope. Hit me up. I am open to that, open to news, BMX news sponsorships as well. If you want to advertise, whatever, let's float the boats, man. Who's gonna carry the boats? Moritz is, because he's a freaking jackhammer of a BMX rider. So we got some double whip transfer. There must be a lot of BMX contests out where he lives. I'm pretty sure he told me it was Germany. Yeah. Must be a lot of BMX contests, and seeing his progression, I say it every single week, but his progression is amazing. BMX News Live checking in. Thanks for always using More BMX. Your progression is always incredible to watch. Solid runs. Boom. Love this dude's riding. We have another clip from him. Damn, let's see it. Flare. Is that regular? Yeah, regular flare there. Bri flip, air. I think that's what that's, a brayer. Can we call those brayers? Down whip. Was that opposite down whip because he's airing regular? Double whip. Yeah, I think that's opposite down whip. Let's see. Sometimes you gotta let the bike go right for a ride and let it fly. I've sat at many Tony Hamlin filming sessions with my hand over my face because I was laughing. I feel like if someone's throwing their bike level of mad, seeing someone just laughing at them might make it even worse. Oh my God. But it'd be so hard not to laugh. Let's go, Moritz. Freaking kill it, dude. Then we got Steve Novak. 180 up the... I don't know what that was because we can't see the stair set, but he 180'd up it. Wall riding? Hell yeah. Love seeing him riding the streets. I spent too much money on my bike to throw it on purpose, right? Dang, 180 and down the stair set. I'm embarrassed to say that the biggest stair set I've ever 180'd down is a 4 stair, and I've never 3'd down a stair set. Ooh. One time, talking about bike throwing, one time we had a jam at my local skate park, Worcester Skate Park, where Sponge had an old frame with headset cups in it. That's how heavy it was. And we had the BMX Olympics before the BMX Olympics, where we did a frame throw and whoever threw it the furthest won, and a bunch of other cool events like that. Then I had a really good time. There's another more BMX hashtag, right? Yep, right there. Riding Jacksonville Skate Park in Florida. Little gap to manual there. Hell yeah. Another fun fact. I can't manual. That was sick. And we got another one here. What is this? Was that a 180 to wall to fakie? No way. That's so good. Oh, manual to wall to fakie. Nice. Hell yeah. Then we got Copeland Hunter Copeland with, let me refresh so we start at the beginning. The pull-up bar through the thread the needle gap, then a big 3 to fakie on that wedge. Hell yeah. Good to see it. Lies. Shh. Bar to double peg grind on a quarter is sick. Damn. X up pegs grind? Dude. Wow, that was good. No foot can over the wedge. Hip. T-bog air on the skateboard. Grinding up and back down. Man, that first bar to double peg grind. Oh, he got all the way up the elevator that time. Dude, that was so good. Bar to pegs right there. And then X up pegs down on a concrete quarter at that. Just difficult. So good. Keep going here. Gerard Keller, foot jam whipping. What else has he got? Oh, catching it and then going in. Nice. Then the foot jam to Vader. Putting the feet. Let's go. There's a lot of them this week. So we got Courage Oscar again coming in with some clips that we have to choose the best of. Nose pivot 180 in the tight spot. 360 nose pivot off. 180 nose pivot. Turn around 180 nose pivot. Fakie double bar. Holy nose pivot 180s. Let's go. Those were good. All right, that's clip 1. Clip 2. Was that the other way? No, it wasn't. Then the 180 nose pick whip pivot. Yo. Nose pick, whip, catch, 180 pivot out. That's so good. Yeah, this dude rules. Courage is killing it on the other side of the world on a weekly basis, probably a daily basis. That was cool, stepping up and then going back off the other direction, right? Counterclockwise, then clockwise, 360 off, kind of. Let's go. Man, that's a tough one. I think I got to go with number 2. Yep, I think that's the one. Let's keep going. We got J.R. Hobbs remembering this week. Damn, bar over that. Mandling around. Whip air. Ripping. Vader slide. Burner slide. Those used to be called burners. We're calling them burners again. Truck to fakie on a quarter is scary. Props to you. Hand plant. Let's go. Truck over the A-frame. That A-frame was fun to ride when I was there that one time. T-bog over the hip. Foot jam. Inside foot jam to bar. And we're back to the beginning. Ripping. Love to see it. And then we got Pierce Palmer having a long jump challenge. Thanks for always using, even if you're late. Long jumps are fun. Probably need some audio. Music, sorry.
Here we are, Louisville, Kentucky.
Fun.
At the
Make sure you guys go over there, pull it up, do that, do that. Look, I'm already subscribed. Let's go. With that being said, Kevin Morehouse, you said you tagged something. Can you send it to me and I'll make sure I talk about it next week? We are an hour and 6 minutes deep in the news this week. I want to give a massive thank you to the Kurinsky family and Huck Kurinsky for the 20 gifted members. It goes a long way. And the new used CRV fund is at $112 now. We're getting there. We're getting there. I thought it was fixed, and then the problem just came right back. And so I just have to find another car at some point. As much as that sucks, I need to be able to drive far again and easily in my own car. And so I'm going to make that happen, hopefully by the end of the summer. So with that, I just got a text. The SCG shoes giveaway will be picked later today. It'll be on their Instagram page. Check it out. And thanks. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. And next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the news. Appreciate you guys. See ya.